Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
it's 2 o'clock.
Talagang disiplinado si Boss Howie.
Hindi naman. It's 2 o'clock, so we can call this meeting to order. Good afternoon again to everybody.
Good afternoon.
Call on
Good afternoon.
life-changing president of the Rotary Club of Makati, President Louis Asioche.
Yeah, I thought you're going to recite the house rules first. Okay. Yes. Ron, can you post the
Post
house
na lang
rules?
natin. Post natin. Mr. Ron. Mr. Ron, can you post that? Okay. The House rules, please be advised that microphones of non-program participants will be muted to help keep the background noise to a minimum. Number 2, we request the visiting Rotarians and guests to please type in the comment box your name, your club or affiliation, for Rotarians who are invited to participate in this meeting so we can properly acknowledge you later in the program. Third, for our open forum after the talk of our speaker, in case you want to ask a question, please use the raise hand button or simply notify us by typing in the comment box. Alternatively, you may want to type in your question and we will try as much as possible to accommodate all questions during question and answer. Finally, please do not leave yet after the response of our president, as we will have our group photo with our speaker. And pag nag-group photo tayo, please on your camera and keep your best smile as we take the pictures. So, okay, so can we call this meeting to order? We will first call life-changing president from the Rotary Club of Makati, President Louis Asioche.
Thank you, Legal Counsel Howie Calleja. In behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, I call this meeting to order.
From the Rotary Club of Makati Business District, life-changing President Rachel Tarizan.
On behalf of Rotary Club of Makati Business District, I call this meeting to order.
On behalf of our Rotary Club Makati Dasmarinas, life-changing President Gigi Uy.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Dasmarinas, I now call this meeting to order.
For Rotary Club of Makati Gems, life-changing President Celine Santa Ana.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Gems, I now call this meeting to order.
And for Rotary Club Makati North, PP Archie Riaño.
Good afternoon, everyone. And in behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati North, I call this meeting to order.
For our invocation, may we now call life-changing President Harrison.
Let's all bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for today, for the opportunity to meet together through this Rotary Joint Club meeting. Please, we ask you to breathe life into our ideas, build a team with love and respect and success. Give us the strength to work together to overcome this pandemic. Lord, please give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, ideas, especially what we are about to hear from our guest speaker, Mayor Abby Binay. Continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of your truth and for your pleasure, glory. We ask all this in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And now, please stand for the national anthem. Please continue standing for the RC Makati team.
We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, prepared to aid our fellow men, as through Rotarians we live to lead. We believe in service above self, and this is why we succeed. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, giving hope to the world. The Rotary Club of Makati.
Okay, may we now call on life-changing President Celine Santa Ana for the four-way test.
Good afternoon. At this point, let us say the four-way test of the things that we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it
be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, President Celine. Now for our birthday greetings and anniversary greetings. For our birthday greetings, Phil Sontan, 12 January. PP Felix Amparo, 14 January. PP Rick Librea, 14 January. For our Rotary Aunts, Ali Placino, 13 January. Menchu Tiglao, 14 January. And Meli Parungao, 15 January. Happy anniversary to the following: Glenn and Abby Albano on January 11. PP Fred and Meli Parungao, January 16. And also on January 16, PP Roland and Kaling Yang. So congratulations to all and happy birthday to all of you. Now we can call past District Governor Tony Kila for our Paul Harris meeting.
Thank you, Howie. We'll recognize two Paul Harris Fellows today. First is Wilma Palafox, the Rotary Ann of June Palafox, who actually became a Paul Harris Fellow way back in June 2017, but somehow her recognition was inadvertently missed. So belatedly, we're doing the recognition today. And then on Philip Palafox, they're the son of Wilma and June, our latest baby Rotarian and latest Paul Harris Fellow. So we'll do the pinning in the office of June Palafox.
Actually in the house.
In the house.
Where am I? Tony. So
Okay.
I'm the office Tony, but Wilma and Philip are in the house. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
first on Philip.
So do the pinning.
Okay.
And then to Wilma.
So Philip to Wilma.
Should have been done in June 2017. But I think June was out.
Thank you, Governor. All right, I think they have.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
you.
Wilma. Thank you, Philip.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you again,
Governor Tony.
Wilma and Philip, and congratulations to both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
To all.
PDG Tony, pag matagal daw, may konting interest daw yun. So now we call on life-changing President Gigi Uy to properly acknowledge our guests and visiting Rotarian.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year and a happy sunshiny day. The district came in full force to say hello and to listen to our mayor, Abby Binay. So first of all, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our mayor, Abby Binay. Thank you for coming. And also, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the governor of District 3830, Gov. Joji Tan. Gov. Joji.
Afternoon.
And of course, PDG Tony Kila. Hello, PDG Tony. And PDG Peps Bengzon. And then I'd like to acknowledge the presence of all the Rotary Anns. First Ann, Tess Aseoche, the beautiful Tess Aseoche, Marilu Alejandro, Nelly Bengzon, Marisa Del Rosario, Yvonne Kwan, Lou Limhoco, Wilma Palafox, Terry Tambunting, Mimi Valerio, Titang Montinola, Jeanette Zulueta, and Menchu Pascual. And then I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of our dignitaries in the District 3830, composed of AG Liza Timbol, EAG Roda Salas from our club, June Salgado, Mr. June Salgado of the Makati City Government, hello, and PAG Romeo Balaba, And then I'd like to acknowledge all our LCP classmates who came in full force also today, starting off with Kiko Africa of the RC Parañaque East, Karen Abanilla, RC Alabang Lampara, Aiza Espina of RC Makati San Antonio, Lucille Lopez of RC Makati F. Sobel, Brax Bracamonte of RC San Nicolas Makati, Adela Manzano, RC Makati Greenbelt. I also saw classmate Rack Kagurangan and Rodney Hernandez. So the following classmates, thank you so much for coming in and joining us today. And also hello to all the members of all the Rotary clubs that are in participation today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Gigi. And for the President's time, may we call on life-changing President Louis Asioche.
Thank you again, Howie. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the wonderful world of Rotary. I would again like to welcome our guest speaker, the Honorable Mayor Abby Binay, our District Governor, Georgie Tan, and I would like to thank my co-hosts for this meeting, life-changing President Rachel of Makati Business District, Gigi of Makati Dasmarinas, Celine of Makati Gems, and past President Archie is pitching in for life-changing President Renan because internet in Cebu is still reportedly spotty of Makati North. I think the protocol has been observed. We are starting the new year the way we have done so in the past 3 decades, with the state of the city addressed by the Mayor of Makati, the Honorable Margaret Abigail Binay. We had actually planned this as a face-to-face meeting at the Peninsula. It would have been our first meeting at the hoped for return to normal, but with the recent spike in COVID-19 cases in the NCR, driven largely by the Omicron variant, curveball was thrown at us again, and thus we have no choice but to go back to Zoom meetings once again as what we are increasingly becoming accustomed to. Now, you will recall that Typhoon Odette, having Category 5 winds, tore through the Visayas and Mindanao with the fury of a raging bull, making its first landfall on Siargao Island on December 16. This was supposedly the time the country was going about the business of prepping for the happiest, merriest time of the year, but because of Typhoon Odette, the disaster relief team of RCM Makati, consisting of Chairman Chris Pereza, Secretary Eddie Galvez, Director Philip Sullivan, Chief of Staff Ron Dotaro, and yours truly immediately convened and sorted out ways to bring help to the typhoon victims. Quickly, we re-established connections with Rotary clubs and partner organizations. We coordinated with our very own district as well as the district that was most affected, that is 3860, to ensure the efficient, orderly, and immediate delivery of goods and resources to the most needy. Now, seeing how wide the devastation went, we called on our members for help to augment our disaster relief fund, and 73 of our members responded with an aggregate donation of 800,000 pesos, enabling the committee to deliver badly needed essentials valued at over 1.6 million pesos to more than 6,000 families in the following sites: La Libertad Negros Oriental. We joined hands with Advancement for Rural Kids, which is our partner in the Feedback Project. We brought bags of assorted relief goods to over 4,000 families in a mission coordinated by Director Philip Sullivan, with the club contributing 300,000 to over 500 families. In Southern Leyte, we partnered with District 3860 to District Governor Ana Bumaga to distribute 500 bags of goods to as many families in 3 towns in Maasin Leyte on December 23. The club underwrote the cost of the goods to the tune of 250,000 and 500 pesos per bag. A second relief mission was conducted just this Sunday, January 9, that benefited 600 families in 6 barangays of Pintuyan, Southern Leyte. The mission this time was sponsored by the SGB Foundation through the initiative of our members, Rotarians Wilson Tan, and
Jan,
and
Johnny.
Johnny R. The SDB Foundation donated another 300,000 for Southern League. In Cebu, we partnered with our brother club, RC Cebu, to life-changing President Jacob Home for a water distribution project that served over 3,500 families. Our club sponsored 162,000 for the construction of 5 water tanks strategically stationed in 5 police stations in Metro Cebu. In Cebu, we also partnered with Sun Savings Bank, which is a local bank in Metro Cebu, through Rotarian Capito Dizon for relief goods distribution for 1,800 families. The club sponsored 100,000 pesos. And on December 28th, the group distributed relief bags to 240 families in Barangay Suba and Barangay Taytay in Danao City, and to 95 families in Barangay Makaway, Talisay City on December 30th. This relief mission in Cebu is still ongoing, as the club just recently added another 50,000 from request by Rotarian Paquito to cover more families. In Palawan, we partnered with the Hotel and Resorts Association of San Vicente with the assistance of Director Philip Soliven to bring relief goods to over 600 families. For this mission, the club provided 1,200 kilos of rice, 600 sets of canned goods and noodles worth 250,000, and 50 tulip water filters worth 90,000. We also turned over to them an additional 30 units of tulip water filters that were donated by Rotarian Johnny C. The club also worked with our brother club, RC Puerto Princesa, through life-changing President Edgar Allan Narada for the repair of 20 fishing boats which were battered. The club contributed 250,000 for this project. Recently, we put in another 100,000 in cash to the District 3830's disaster relief funds. In Bohol, we teamed up with the Rotary Club Panglao Island to bring bags of relief goods to 700 families in a remote island. The goods, valued at 500 pesos per bag, cost the club another 350,000 pesos. And lastly, the club received a 40-foot container from South Korea's Food for the Hungry International, loaded with hygiene items, which consists of over 5,000 packs of diapers, 2,000 packs of wipes, and some 4,000 bottles of shampoo and body wash and lotions meant for distribution to the typhoon victims and to beneficiaries here at the NCR in partnership with some of my classmates' LCPs. This donation from South Korea was facilitated by past President Tito Pandino. Our relief missions were made possible by the efforts and assistance of the individuals, the partner organizations, and the Rotary clubs which I had just mentioned. We owe you a debt of gratitude. But I will also make special mention of past President Eddie Yap for helping us coordinate our relief efforts in Bohol through the LGU, Ram Mirch for allowing us a temporary use of his warehouse in Pasay for the hygiene products that came from Korea, the PNP's Regional Mobile Force Battalion through Police Major Anthony Alisin for helping us transfer the items to our clubhouse from the Pasay warehouse, and Governor Georgie Tan of District 3030 for pushing the buttons in these relief missions for typhoon death victims. Lastly, our cherished tradition of gift giving last winter project was again a resounding success. With immediate past President Peter and Pa Manzano at the helm as chair couple, we were able to bring gifts and in some cases food to 2,710 children in 33 institutions and communities, including 9 communities in Ilocos Sur. Allow me to share the RCM video news on this last video project.
The Last Angel project is one of the long-running projects of RC Makati, which commences every month of December each year. This annual project spurs the ants of RC Makati into opening up their hearts and fan out to places near and far in order to give young boys and girls, the last angels, a reason to smile on this happiest time of the year. The Last Angel project makes the ants shop for and deliver presents to children in the club's project sites and in select institutions and communities. This a yearly Christmas tradition that brings cheer and joy to children from all walks of life, be they special, needy, or socially impacted. To kick off this year's gift-giving program, over 100 kids in our home community in Guadalupe Viejo, Makati, where the clubhouse of RC Makati stands, were given gift bags and kiddie meals. The gift bags, which contain sandals courtesy of Rotarian Taba Samson, towel, shirt, hygiene kits, juice, and snacks, were prepared by the Manzano family. This year's Last Angel Chair immediate past First Anne Pam Manzano emceed the short program. Messages were thereafter delivered by President Louis Esioche, who commiserated with the kids of school ages for being forced by the pandemic to stay indoors.
Masaya kami dito sa Rotary Club of Makati kasi pagsampa ng Disyembre, ito na yung panahon para mamigay ng mga regalo sa mga ang cute na mga bata kagaya ninyo. Ito ay ang hakbang ng Rotary Club of Makati para magbigyan kulay at mabigyan kayo ng konting kasiyahan sa panahon nito, no?
IPP Peter Manzano then followed with the real story of how the Last Angel came about.
Ano ba ang mensahe nitong aming ginagawa na Last Angel? Gaya ng Pasko, ano ba ang mensahe ng Pasko? Pagmamahal, pagbibigayan at saka pag-asa. Inumpisahan ito ng isang first Anne, dahil na-inspire siya dun sa kwento, sabi niya, dapat walang batang malulungkot sa Pasko. Walang mahuhuling anghel. Kailangan mabigyan lahat kasi kayo, mga anghel tayo.
Present to assist in the distribution were First Antes Asioche, Boy Arteche, Past President David and CP Mache Ackerman, Past President Junjun and Cecile Dairit, and Keith Harrison. The club would like to thank all the donors for this year's gift-giving project. The chair couple would also like to encourage everyone to participate in this annual gift-giving tradition. The dates will be posted by the RCM Secretariat on both the club's and Anne's Viber group.
So thank you once again, IPP Peter and Pam, for your personal donations and for your tireless efforts to make Christmas 2021 a happy time for many boys and girls. Thank you as well to the 61 couples, 10 Rotarians, and 2 aunts who responded to IPP Peter and Pam's call for donations, which totaled 889,500 pesos. That's all, Howie, and I believe we need to acknowledge and respect his guests at this afternoon's meeting.
Thank you, President Louis. And of course, before we have our very special speaker and guest this afternoon, we'd also like to acknowledge the Honorable Vice Mayor of Makati, Mayor Monique Lagdameo. Magandang hapon po, Madam Vice Mayor. And of course, we come now for the introduction of our guest speaker. May we call on PP Archie Deano to introduce our guest speaker for today.
Thank you very much. Once again, good afternoon. Makati Mayor Abby Binay is now on her second term as Chief Executive of the nation's financial center and premier investment hub, having been re-elected in the May 2019 elections. Prior to getting elected as Mayor of Makati, she had served 3 terms in Congress from 2007 to 2016 as representative of the 2nd District of Makati. Her first term in office, July 2016 to June 2019, heralded institutional reforms and innovations geared to restore efficiency, responsiveness, and compassion in the delivery of services, She prioritized the integration of modern technology into the systems and operations of the city government to promote transparency and enhance the city's overall competitiveness. Driven by her vision of Makati as a smart city that is progressive, inclusive, and sustainable. The mayor jump-started the city's digital transformation through a series of public-private partnership, the PPP, led initiatives including the Makati Zen Card, Makati Zen Up, and Makati Public Wi-Fi system. These have been recognized by national and international bodies advocating sustainable, green, and inclusive development. Makati has gained prominence in the international community, having been represented by Mayor Abby as Vice President of CityNet, Regional Council member of UCLG Asia Pacific, Executive Committee member and former Vice President of WIGO, Chair of the Regional Executive Committee of ICLEI, City Ambassador for Asia of the City's Climate Finance Leadership Alliance or CCFLA, and most recently, as board member of the Global Government of Mayors for Climate and Energy. Since she came on board, Makati for 4 straight years has obtained the highest audit rating from the Commission on Audit for its financial statements and has reclaimed its stature as the country's richest local government unit. And currently, the total assets of Makati is around 4.87 billion US dollars. Mayor Abby also made history when she entered into a groundbreaking joint venture agreement with a consortium of private companies for the construction of the Makati Subway, the first and most ambitious underground railway project undertaken by a local government unit in the Philippines. Born on December 12, 1975, Mayor Abby is the second among 5 children of former Vice President and Makati Mayor Jejomar Cabatuan Binay and former Makati Mayor Dr. Elenita Sombilio Binay. She holds a bachelor's degree in human ecology, major in human settlements and planning from the University of the Philippines in Los Baños, Laguna. And she obtained her Juris Doctorate degree from the Ateneo School of Law and passed the bar in 2002. Mayor Abby is married to Congressman Luis Campos of the 2nd District of Makati. Their union has been blessed with a daughter, Marina. Fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, our Honorable Mayor Abby Binay.
Rotary Club of Makati President Rotarian Louis Esioche, distinguished officers, directors, and members of the Rotary Club of Makati, district officers of the Rotary International District 3830, visiting Rotarians and guests, ladies and gentlemen. If I could sum up 2021 in one word, it would be resilience. Yes, that's one of our favorite buzzwords in Makati, but the meaning of resilience never rang more true for all of us than in the past year. In 2020, the pandemic brought the world to a standstill and forced us to confront the unexpected. It was humbling, it was terrifying, it was truly a test of faith and resilience. But 2021 was different. Makati City buckled down and started doing what we do best, plan and mobilize for action. We realized that innovation and technology are the best ways to help the city and everyone who depended on Makati for business and commerce bounce back. To the grace of God and the continued support of the community, our private sector partners and various organizations, we are once again in control of the narrative. Arresting the spread of COVID-19 remained the top priority for 2021. As early as January last year, the city government had set aside a budget of 1 billion pesos to purchase anti-COVID vaccines. We purchased 1 million doses of vaccines to cover all registered Makati Zens, as well as small and medium-sized enterprises operating in the city. We rolled out our Bakuna Makati program in March for our Hospital ng Makati medical frontliners, followed by priority sectors identified by the national government and the World Health Organization. In May, we opened the first Vaccine on the Go, or Vax OTG site at Circuit Makati. This innovation was the first in the country and greatly helped senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and as well as those with comorbidities. Our push was really to vaccinate as much of the population as we could at the soonest possible time. We set a target of fully vaccinating 437,000 individuals, roughly 70% of the population, to achieve herd immunity. As of December 29, 2021, we have administered 1,020,773 doses of anti-COVID vaccine, and 472,714 individuals have received both doses for the primary series, which is obviously we have exceeded our target. Meanwhile, close to 50,000 Makati-Sens have already received their booster shots, while vaccinations for children 12 to 17 years old are still ongoing. We are also preparing to roll out the vaccination drive for 5 to 11-year-old kids. We also have opted to open our vaccination program to residents from neighboring cities in need of booster shots. We have more than enough supply of vaccines, and by giving vaccine shots to non-residents, we want to do our share in helping other LGUs achieve herd immunity and protect their residents. I also want to acknowledge the support and trust of the private sector. We have 46,077 private sector employees working in Makati who have already received their first dose, and another 43,024 with their second dose. These employees were vaccinated through the cooperation of businesses and companies, with some of our private sector partners setting up vaccination sites within their workplaces and establishments. I also want to mention that we also went the extra mile to make your vaccination card secure and tamper-proof. Besides the QR code that contains your health records and other information, we have also added a holographic sticker or seal, which is similar to the ones used by banks. This ensures that the vaccination cards will not be replicated or faked by unscrupulous individuals. We have also improved and increased the capacity for our telehealth consultations to prevent congestion in hospitals and health centers. At the same time, our contact tracing efforts have been tightened and centralized via the You Make Makati Safe Health Declaration app. My administration's prime focus on health is keeping our Makatizens healthy and protected against all illnesses, not just COVID-19. We aim to strengthen everyone's immune systems by giving them proper medication through our Libreng Gamot para sa Mamamayan program, free vitamins, regular consultations with medical experts, and more protective vaccines like flu and pneumonia. And last year, we received 100% of our flu and pneumonia vaccination targets for senior citizens. By the first week of December, both Makati Medical Center and Hospital ng Makati have reported zero COVID admissions after 20 months of the pandemic. Unfortunately, that reprieve was short-lived because, like the rest of the region, we are facing another wave of infections due to the Omicron variant. You may recall that in 2020, we maximized the use of technology to ensure the uninterrupted delivery of social services. We made sure that City Hall services remained accessible despite the limitations set by the pandemic. In October, as restrictions eased up a bit and more citizens received their vaccines, we decongested City Hall by creating a one-stop shop or satellite office at SM Makati called the Makati Zen Hub. The hub is open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and accommodates residents and employees who need to apply for their Makati Zen card, update and secure their digital vaccination certificate for foreign travels, and obtain copies of permits and other official city documents. The various offices and departments of City Hall has also continued to extend service and assistance to Makati Zens. To cushion the blow of the loss of jobs and sources of income, the Economic Enterprise Management Office continued to monitor the prices of commodities in public markets and groceries. They also ran 4 Descuento caravans in partnership with the DTI and Department of Agriculture and Bureau of Fisheries to bring affordable food supplies and produce to residents. The Veterinary Services Department continued its meat inspection program to guarantee the safety of meat products at our public markets. They also microchipped almost 6,000 pets and administered anti-rabies vaccines to 8,945 animals. More than 10,000 pets were registered in the city in 2021. Our Public Employment Services Office soldered on with their job referral and placement programs. They had 29 in-house job fairs and 2 mega job fairs and managed to give employment to over 12,000 Makatizens during the pandemic. Our Social Welfare Department and Action Center are both working tirelessly to serve the displaced, the underprivileged, and the elderly. No matter what happens, our senior citizens receive their medication, cash incentives, and birthday cakes. No ifs, no buts. By August, 24,352 fully vaccinated senior citizens had received their 1,000 peso gift certificate from the city government as a show of gratitude and appreciation for their support for Bakuna Makati. In the same month, we also released a state-funded 511.98 million peso cash aid via electronic cash transfer. The city government distributed 52% of that amount to 233,679 qualified residents on the first day of distribution. While all of these are happening, all yellow card holders continue to enjoy the health privileges that come with being a member of the Makati Health Plus program. The city still gives free medicine, especially maintenance medicine for high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and other medical conditions. In Makati, patients with kidney problems receive free dialysis apart from their PhilHealth benefits. We partnered with private dialysis centers around the city so more patients can be accommodated. This is a safer option than having them go to hospitals where they may be exposed to individuals with COVID. When the pandemic broke out in 2020, education was among the most affected sectors as classes came to an abrupt stop. We needed to make sure no one, including preschoolers, would be left behind. So we again looked to technology to bridge the gap and ensure that our young Makatizens continued to learn through the blended learning format. Aside from providing daily internet load allowance to our students, we gave them USB sticks containing their lessons and modules. We deployed a mobile learning hub to assist students and parents without internet access. We also equipped our teachers with laptops and internet load so they could continue to teach without fail. Last year, the city, in partnership with DepEd Makati, successfully launched the pre-kindergarten program for 4-year-olds to fill in the gap between daycare and kinder. Now we have 15 professional teachers dedicated to the program, which now has 3,295 enrollees. We provided each of them with a pre-kit with all kinds of learning tools and threw in a hygiene kit for good measure. In September, some 61,547 students from kinder to senior high school, including special education and alternative learning system students, each received learning kits, a bag, uniform, leather shoes, Abby Binay rubber shoes, school supplies, and other essential supplies needed for Oplan Balik Eskwela 2021. We also prepared for the possibility of face-to-face classes. During the pilot testing in December, 72 pupils from kinder to grade 3 from Comembo Elementary School returned to the classroom after 20 months. We made sure that all precautions and safety measures were in place before they returned. Besides the sanitizing stations and thermal scanners, we also consulted with scientists and experts on how to best maintain air quality inside the classroom. Makati was the only school that did not have plastic barriers. Instead, we chose the more scientific route of using air purifiers and ultraviolet sea lights. These will ensure that all germs, bacteria, and viruses are eliminated while maintaining good air quality and circulation inside the room. My friends, the Omicron variant and reports of new variants being observed in other countries will continue to define the way we conduct businesses, go about our work and social routines, and our daily lives. For the city government, we will continue tapping the best that technology can offer. Despite the challenges, our desire to create a unique user experience for Makatizens has not waned. Rather, we have been inspired to continue raising the bar higher when it comes to customer service during extraordinary times. In all aspects, we want our residents, our citizens, and that includes the business sector to remember, iba ang alagang Makatizen. In the battle against COVID, we have prepared home care kits that allow families of infected residents to monitor their condition while recuperating at home. Family members are also guided and supervised by doctors and trained medical personnel who are updated on the patient's progress via video consultations. We are adding personnel to further expand the teleconsult services of Hospital ng Makati so Makatizens don't have to go to the hospital for simple consultations and checkups. We are also working to automate more services to residents and business owners can do more of their transactions with City Hall online. We continue to offer payments of taxes, permits, renewals, and other financial transactions online, ensuring both convenience and efficiency. Aside from online pre-marriage counseling, Makati has also introduced the mask wedding, which is the pandemic version of mass weddings because life and love continues amid the pandemic. We hold the simple ceremonies at the Washington CC Park in Legazpi Village, an outdoor venue, and follow strict health and safety protocols. But aside from innovations in digital governance, for which Makati has been often cited as a model city, I am proud to inform you that our city is front and center in climate action initiatives and in championing the environment. Under my administration, Makati has attained a prominent role in global efforts to address the issue of climate change. We currently hold multiple positions in international agencies and associations focused on resilience, disaster preparation and management, and climate action. Makati has been frequently cited for its proactive approach to climate change and disaster preparedness, both in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. As a board member of the Global Covenant of Mayors for Climate and Energy, or GCOM, Makati is part of a global initiative called Race to Resilience. This is a movement where hundreds of cities have been signing up for climate neutrality and climate resilience towards 2050, including ambitious midterm targets to be met by 2030. For Makati, business as usual is no longer a viable option. To address climate change issues, we must all embrace innovative green growth techniques in partnership with communities and the private sector. We are determined to work closely with all stakeholders, particularly our industries, business enterprises, and residents, to ensure our city remains resilient even with extreme climate and weather events. As a financial capital of the Philippines, Makati has long maintained strong public-private partnerships in pursuing environmental initiatives. These relationships have resulted in tangible results, such as a substantial drop in plastic waste and greenhouse gas emissions in our city. Our latest partnership in the construction of the Makati subway, which we consider our legacy project, is expected to have a significant impact on city workers' mobility, with 2 million per day predicted to use the train system. It will also significantly affect air quality, and by 2048, the subway expected to reduce 2.3 million tons of carbon dioxide each year. While 2021 has been full of challenges, we are grateful for the recognition given to the city government. These recognitions were not solicited, but are warmly welcome, for it encourages us to do more. Makati received recognition from GCash Digital Excellence Awards 2021 in line with our pioneering contactless distribution of financial aid and other digital initiatives. These initiatives promote public safety, convenience, and transparency in governance. We have also been recognized by Tatler as one of Asia's most influential leaders. And for the fourth straight year, Makati City has been given an unmodified opinion, the highest audit rating by the Commission on Audit. I believe we are the only LGU to hold such a record. What's in store for this year? For 2022, you can count on Makati to continue giving priority to the health, safety, and overall well-being of our residents, business partners, and guests. Expect us to lead by innovating, trying new things, and not being afraid of breaking from the pack. We will continue with our campaign to educate, vaccinate, and strictly enforce health and safety protocols in the city. We will continue working day and night to deliver social services and maintain public safety and enforce law and order. We will continue to give benefits and incentives as well as extend assistance to those in need. You can count on us to deliver and continue striving for excellence. At this juncture, I would like to thank our private sector partners and friends for your continued support, trust, and cooperation. We would not have been able to do all these without everyone's support. Thank you and good day to all.
Thank you, Mayor Abby. Mayor Abby, we know that you have a very tight schedule, but would you allow us a few questions para naman na we can ask some question and answer with you, Mayor?
Sa Rotary, ang tradition is Q&A at saka picture taking. Kaya hindi nagbabago yung
Of course. Pero konting question lang mo bago mag-picture take. Salamat po. And I'll remind again our guests and co-Rotarians to please put on your chat box or questions or raise your hand so that we may acknowledge you. But just for starters, just a few questions that has already been sent to us, Mayor Abby. What's your take on the rise of Omicron or COVID cases now would be maintain alert level 3, or do we go to alert level 4 as far as you are concerned?
Well, as far as the city of Makati is concerned, as well as my fellow NCR mayors, we are of the opinion that to maintain alert level 3, considering that if you look at our malls today, there are malls that have shortened, or even business establishments that have shortened their operation hours. There's less traffic today because of self-isolation there's a lot of people getting sick. So I think there's really no need to limit or to increase the alert level to alert level 4. Also, if you look at the guidelines of IATF, there are parameters that needs to be achieved for you to reach alert level 4. So I think they're closely monitoring the hospital utilization rate, which will eventually be the basis for an increase or decrease in alert levels.
Thank you, Mayor. I think that would be good for especially the people in here in Makati para diretso lang ang business. Of course, we can move our economy forward as well. Also, in the relation of vaccines and boosters, any target date for those lower than 12 or 11 years and below for sa mga bata po sa ating children?
Yeah, so below, so we started with 12 to 17. The thing is that the formulation of Pfizer for 5 to 11 is different. So it's a different batch of vials that still needs to be delivered. Hopefully, I think the target of NBOC is by the end of January. So we are ready already to roll out for those that are below 12. We will most definitely designate a specific vaccination site just for that age level, para hindi na siya kasama sa booster, hindi siya kasama. Kasi 'di ba usually pag 5 to 11 may dalang nanay, may dalang yaya, or 'di ba? So we will have to definitely designate a vaccination site for specifically for the 5 to 11.
Thank you again, Mayor Binay. Rotarian Keith Harrison also would like to ask the following question. Have you been able to test children to see how effective the program of internet, thumb drives, mobile centers, how effective was this during the last school year, and will you continue using the same in the school year to come?
Well, based on the survey conducted by the DepEd before we started the school year this year, we even had to reduce our printing of modulars because the OTG, the one in the USB, was so effective that our kids didn't really have to use we're not heavily dependent on modules, but we're able to follow the online classes and the OTG as well as the mobile learning hub. So there has not been any issue about internet connection. We have been able to closely monitor kids that are having difficulty in catching up with the curriculum because of our mobile learning hubs that go regularly around the different barangays in the city. So as an instruction to DepEd, I said, I think the online learning platform should not be abandoned if we do shift totally eventually to face-to-face classes, because we can use the online platform for in case there's a typhoon, or it's also a platform that we can use for the out-of-school youth, or for the alternative learning system. So we are embracing the new online learning, but not just to cater to the issues of the current issues of COVID-19, but for future use. We are looking forward to using our online platforms for other uses.
Mayor Abet, tama po yun para talagang Makati, kumbaga, innovative at saka talagang taking the lead. No? I think we have a lot of learning ngayon, especially sa ating online. We can use these online platforms with or without the pandemic or whatever other uses. Pero siguro pwede po natin itanong ngayon, alam naman po natin, Mayor Abby, panahon po ng eleksyon, plano na po itong February, sisimula na po ang kampanya. With or without the pandemic, sa tingin niyo po, can Makati ensure a safe election, meaning safe with the COVID protocols? How do you see we conducting the election, especially here in Makati with COVID protocols?
I think it's going to be a very, very big challenge. One, it's a national election. Two, how do we encourage people to go out and vote when it's a very important election? Another challenge for the city is we are currently using the schools either as a quarantine facility or a vaccination site. Which we will have to abandon soon in preparation for it being used as a polling precinct. So that's one challenge that we will have to overcome. And the second challenge will be, I think it's really more of a COMELEC. COMELEC really has to institute guidelines.
Mayor, na-mute kayo nung
Mute. we will abide by COMELEC. I think COMELEC will have to be the one to give us the guidelines on how to ensure, and we will make sure that we will come up with an environment that is safe for everyone and encourage everyone to vote.
Salamat po. Siguro last question na lang because pagti 3 o'clock na at para makapagbigay rin ng closing yung ating mga kasama dito. Last question na lang po sa election din. Baka you can also tell us ano ba ang plano ni Mayor Abby. Nasa dilaw ba tayo? Sa pink? Sa azul? Sa pula? Konting chismis naman po kung pwede lang. But of course, with whatever you would like to share with us. Thank you, Mayor.
Is this on a personal level or on an official level or as a
whatever level is
whatever level? Yeah, I actually have not yet. To be honest, I have not decided, and I'm hopeful that I will be enlightened soon on what on the not necessarily the political color I'm going to be affiliated with, but one thing is for sure, all candidates are open in the city. Wala ho tayong papanigan na isa, dalawa, tatlo, but lahat po ay you know in Makati, everybody has an opinion. Everybody is properly educated. Everybody wants to vote for their president. I think my personal choice does not have any bearing. Hindi naman ho ito kasi parang probinsya. Pag city, my endorsement is actually not very important because the people will decide for themselves who will they vote for, especially on the national level. So properly informed, access to proper information, correct information is something that we will ensure in the city of Makati.
Thank you po. At siguro baka sa Valentine's mapadala namin kayo na pink roses. At best regards na rin po sa inyong father, former Vice President Jojo Binay, who is also running for Vice President and also a member of the Rotary Club of Makati. So again, salamat po, Mayor Abby. And at this point, we'll ask for the life-changing presidents to give their response to our mayor. Let's start with life-changing President Rachel Harrison.
On behalf of my club, the Rotary Club of Makati Business District, it was such a pleasure, Mayor Abby, to listen to you. And as a resident of Makati, I can vouch, iba ang alagang Makatizen. So I love and agree with your buzzword, which is resilience. I totally agree with that. The focus on the pandemic is also very impressive. The proactive vaccination of Makatizen, the continued focus on social program to ensure the underprivileged, the PWD, the elderly medication and access health programs. Remembering the city is really more than just the city. The importance of getting back the children to school and attending online education is also very important, which we know is still a long way to go with the new variants popping up. We urge you to focus on this. Also the improvements of the technology, economic recovery, employment, and the administration focus on climate action initiatives, the newest focus of Rotary, and which is also my passion, being an environmentalist. I look forward to more innovation, striving for a difference. I love that. Again, on behalf of my club, thank you for this most enlightening and inspirational talk today. Thank you.
Thank you, President Rachel, and for RC Makati Dasmarinas, life-changing President Gigi.
Mayor Binay, my takeaway in this is that you can the LGU can have all the resources, treasure, manpower, but if it's not being led well, then there is no cohesiveness. So we'd like to thank you for leading this city on a very good run, and hopefully in the next leadership to come, the same brand of excellence will be followed. We learned a thing or two today. This brand of leadership is not just for government, but also for all types of organizations. So thank you very much on behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Dasmarinas.
Thank you, President Gigi. And for the Rotary Club Makati Gems, President Celine Santa Ana. Ma'am, can you unmute, Ma'am, President Celine?
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Gems, first and foremost, we'd like to thank you, Mayor Binay, for a very, I would say, impressive, comprehensive, extensive discussion, talk on the various programs and innovations that you have done for the city of Makati. As a matter of fact, I take note of one of the nice things you have said in this talk, where you gave other citizens of different districts or national or municipality the chance to take advantage of the benefit that you give in terms of your vaccination program. And that is really very nice of you. That was very charitable of you, taking that into heart. And because of this, it's not only, this is something we learned from you, the various programs that you're doing to address the pandemic, to address education, online education, to address the things you're doing for the senior citizen, most especially. And really, these things are really amazing. So with that, I would like to say thank you on behalf of the Makati Group, Makati Gems, and congratulations for your city being a real model city for the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you, President Celine, and for Rotary Club Makati North, PP Archie Riani.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mayor Abby. I just want to acknowledge and thank you for what you've been doing for the city of Makati. We have two adopted communities there in Barangay Santa Cruz and Barangay Singkamas, and for the longest time, you are well loved by all the people in those two barangays that we adopted, and it's really we can say that we are near to a Philippine, a world-class Philippines because of your projects, and we hope that there are more Abby Binay in the metro. And in behalf of my, once again, in behalf of my relatives in Makati and adopted communities, maraming salamat po, Mayor Abby.
Thank you, Past President Archie, and of course for the Rotary Club of Makati, life-changing President, President Louis Asioche.
Oh, thank you, Mayor Abby, for once again raising this honored tradition in our club. For the second straight year, we regret to have to do this again online. The quality of your presentation, so for us informing us of your administration's achievements, targets set, and targets met, has resonated well with us, the city's stakeholders. And many cities, in fact, continue to look up to Makati as a blueprint for success. To my recollection, Makati was the first city in the country that had vaccine procurement plans independent of the national government. And it continues to have one of the most efficient social services in the country. In fact, its Makati Center continues to provide quick response time for emergencies, medical needs, and other services. We are so happy to know that the state of the city of Makati is very healthy, very vibrant, and in good shape, and the only LGU to have obtained an unmodified opinion from the COA for 4 consecutive years. Now, that is an achievement indeed. So in behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, our lovely aunts, our district governor, Georgie Tan, the other clubs who co-hosted this meeting today, led by LCP's Rachel Harrison, Gigi Uy, Celine Santa Ana, and past President Archie, the Rotarians from different Rotary clubs in our district, most especially my classmates, life-changing presidents, and all the other guests in attendance, please accept our heartfelt gratitude. As tokens of our appreciation, we will be sending you a copy of our newly released 55th coffee table book, which contains achievements of our club for the past 55 years. Along with this bottle of wine for you to enjoy, and this fine bouquet of flowers, courtesy of our aunts and people. Please accept also this plaque of appreciation, which has an embossed replica of the steel plate in the reef bud that has been actually planted already in the Sea of North of the Sur. Yes, it has your name and that of Congressman Luis Campos on it. And this is part of our Save Our Reefs project, which is a major environmental initiative of the club in line with the Rotary 7th area of focus. We hope that your enlightenment for the coming elections, Ma'am, will come soon. Now, may I request everyone to open their camera for our usual photo op with our guest speaker, the lovely Mayor Abby. Okay, let's go into.
Okay, 1, 2. One last. Second slide. 1, 2. Last slide. 1, 2. Thank you.
So LCP Rachel, you joined the meeting of your club.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Business District, this meeting is adjourned.
For the Rotary Club of Dasmarinas, President Gigi.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Dasmarinas, I adjourn this meeting.
For Rotary Club of Makati Gems, President Celine Santa Ana.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati Gems, I now adjourn this meeting.
Rotary Club Makati North, President CPRG Rian.
Yes, and in behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati North, this meeting is adjourned.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, life-changing President, President Louie Asioche.
And in behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, Mayor Abby.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you,
Ayan,
everyone.
pinasmile niyo si Mayor ng 2 minutes, pero maganda pa rin ang smile.
Thank you, Mayor.
Bye.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Mayor.
Thank you for
Thank
joining.
See you all.
Mate Louie. I'm here